Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know, this is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee.
Started in just a minute while I try to figure out these audio issues.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Every day, once a day, give yourself a present. Don't plan it, don't wait for it, just let it happen. It could be a new shirt at the men's store, a cat nap in your office chair, or 2 cups of good, hot, black coffee. Like this. A present. Like Christmas. Oh, man, that is the spot.
Alright, let's do one more audio test. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me in the chat. Thank you so much for coming out. I believe my audio is working, but it's not like sounding as crystal clear as I would like it to be, but we'll work on that. How is it 33 of you? You guys are insane. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to probably your morning, unless you're in Australia or India or somewhere. It's currently 9 p.m. here, and today I thought we could build an e-commerce website inside of Framer. But again, we'll get started in just a couple of minutes. I just want to test this audio and make sure it's not going to bug out during the stream. try that again. I don't think that worked. Let me know if you guys can hear me, and let me know if this audio sounds a little bit better. Okay, you can probably hear my dog like sneezing in the background. Did it just end the song? Okay. All right, I think we're good. All right, let's do this. All right, transition, boom. Can you guys see me? We have the fancy setup. This is actually the first time I'm using this setup for like streaming. I know we've done a couple of like random streams here and there on YouTube, but this is like the first time I'm using the proper setup, which is cool, right? It's such a cool setup. I've done a couple of YouTube videos on it now. I'm just like double checking everything on my end to like make sure it's working. It sounds like you guys can hear me. It looks like there's 23 concurrent people in here, which is awesome. Welcome. I'm going to catch up on the chat really quickly. So we've got Miguel, Gabor, Kafi, Akin, Limitless. Thank you so much for joining. Let me know where you guys are joining in from, by the way. I think someone said the time Istanbul, 1:09 p.m. Man, I tell you what, Australia is by far the worst for time zones. Oh, that reminds me. I need to like tweet out that I'm live. Get some more people on here. I don't think I did that. Yeah, I tweeted the other day. Let me reshare this post. I tweeted the other day. I'm like, do you want me to build an e-commerce website in Framer on YouTube live? And it just like got a ton of traction, which is awesome. Scotland and Poland. Portugal, very nice. Bangladesh, Hungary, all over Europe. Ireland, awesome. I've been to both Scotland and Ireland now, both Northern and the other one, India. Scotland's great. Melbourne, there we go. Quincy's coming in, joining the late night stream. I like it. Joining the club. All right, let me retweet my tweet on Twitter. I'll say live now. Boom. Okay, go like it. So yeah, we are going to build an e-commerce website inside of Framer today. We're going to see how far we get through it. Obviously, that's quite an ambitious project, but you know, I'm up for the ambition. We'll see how we go. I'm curious with this one. With this stream, guys, to get a lot of feedback from you. It's great there's a good amount of people in here. Ed's from Brazil. Ike, the prompt engineer, is from Ghana. Welcome. It would be great to get some like insights from you as we kind of do this stream. Again, this is probably the first time I've actually put energy into doing a stream. I've done some stuff where I've just like turned on my webcam and stuff before, but this one's a little bit different. Like we've got a nice microphone now. We've got the good camera. I used to have to like have a external speaker and just like play music through it on the shelf behind me. But now I figured out the hack to actually do it through directly the computer. So, you know, if you got any song requests, hit me up. But yeah, let's build something in Framer. So we're going to build an e-commerce website, and yeah, essentially I'm keen to hear your thoughts on how you want me to take it. I think I'm going to do this stream a little bit more chill. I think with streaming in general, like compared to like filming like a YouTube tutorial, I can be very like energetic for a shorter period of time. I think doing that over a longer period of time, I think it's just going to like drain me. So you can either have like 15-20 minutes of really highly energetic Ryan, which like what I'm doing now, and then like nothing. Or we can take it a little bit easier. I don't talk about every single frame that I'm adding in. And we just kind of chill and hang out. And if you've got any questions or things like that, we can do that as well. Yeah, I'm pretty much all ears for this one. So let me try to get this going. Let me try to share my screen and we can actually build some stuff in Framer together, which would be cool. Why isn't that working? Framer. All right, you ready? Watch this. Boom. Oh man, I'm being covered. Hold on, we can fix this. Don't worry. you're about to see some real trickery. Keep it chill and natural. Yeah, I think that's a plan. I got some lo-fi sort of beats going on that we can use. Let's transition that. Okay, cool. I think that's good. So yeah, we're going to build an e-commerce website today. I've got a few rough ideas in terms of like what that might look like. Nothing solid. I've got a few bits of inspiration that I'm going to be referring to, but no real design. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. We'll kind of design in Framer and I guess use that as a bit of a learning experience too. And then we're going to use Frameship to actually connect that plugin and make it all functional, which should be pretty fun as well. So if I load up Frameship here, so we'll go ahead, we'll build the template, and then we'll go ahead and add some of the functionality here. I know a ton of people have been asking questions about this and how that plugin works. So, you know, if you've got any questions about that plugin in particular as well, hopefully I can answer some of that with you. Florian asks, hi Ryan, how are you? Why don't make a price for unlimited use for agency or freelancer? With Frameship, it is a one-off fee per site. We do it like that deliberately. What I will say, even if you're an agency or a freelancer, you can actually build your stores for free. Same if you want to create a template with it, you don't actually have to pay for a license in order to do that. And then the beauty is you don't pay for it, the client pays for it, which is great. And it's a really great model. Can I design e-com site in Framer without premium package? Basically same question. Yes, you can. All the components actually within the plugin. So if I go Frameship, all these components here, like I'm not even signed up, I'd have to log in. But like all of these components here, I can actually just drag and drop and they work. You don't actually need to pay. What you do need to pay for is actually the proper Shopify connection and letting someone actually check out with your product. So when you actually want to make money from your e-commerce site, that's where we put that like lifetime paywall. But you know, I still think we can kind of build something cool here today. And I'll show you kind of like what the difference is between them both too. Obviously I'm not logged in, so I'm going to use a free version of the product today. Okay, so I have some colors here that I'm just going to start with. I'm just going to draw these onto my canvas. And we'll set them up. I just want like a real sort of like neutral tone. It's more like a dark cream. I typically always do this at the start of the project where I kind of just like, this is more like an earthy green, but I normally just like set up my color styles. I'm actually not a huge user of textiles. Don't hate me. I'm like super speedy, and I just like, to be honest, it's probably more speedy if I actually use them properly. And I do use textiles in like client projects and things like that, which I don't really do too much of anymore, to be honest. But you know, is what it is. So yeah, I think the first part of this is to build the template without the content. Then we'll set up a Shopify connection, sync our products across, and then we'll be able to play with some real data and finish it off there. Again, I don't know how much we'll actually get through on this stream. This might have to be a two-parter, but we'll see how we go. So let's start with a nav bar. Set the width to be 100%. Turn layout on. Probably get rid of that. Let's keep it light for now. And let's go ahead and style this. What are we thinking? We need a store name. Can someone generate a, go to GPT and come up with some e-commerce store name ideas for me? That'd be awesome. Let's just add some navigation. We probably want shop. Let's find a good font. Let's just stick to Inter for now. Inter's fine. Actually, isn't there an Inter display? Yeah, sick. 16's good. Probably a little bit too big, but it's fine. See, we would have shop, we would have collections. Let's have an about us, and let's also have a contact. Cool, let me wrap these in their own frame. And we'll call this links. All right, let's turn our layouts on and set the height to be auto. Actually, let's set it to 60 pixels. And then let's change the gap here. Yeah, 30 is pretty good. Crazy ants. Yeah, what do we sell? To be honest, we're just gonna use like stock content. So I'm not like gonna, I don't know, maybe it could be shoes, maybe it could be shirts. I don't know what we're selling. If we call it crazy ants, I feel like there's so many different niches you could go down with that. Cashmere. See you, Gorkin. Thanks so much for jumping in for this one. How's there 30 of you? This is insane. This is definitely peak numbers for the stream. Okay, we still need a name. We need some name suggestions in the chat. That would be awesome. Okay, what else do we need in our navigational bar? So we've got some text here. We probably, I know what we need. Let's pull up some icons. Let's use feather. We'll add a search bar in here. Is that different? There we go. What a search bar. We probably want, you could do some sort of like a login or something. Maybe like a, if we get a user icon, maybe make these a little bit bigger. Probably too big, eh? 18. Cool. Why is those icons freaking out? That's why. And then I'm going to add one more, which is going to be a placeholder because I need to add the component, but it's going to be a shopping cart or a shopping bag of sort. Yeah, cool. Okay, let's group these together. And let's see if anyone's come up with a name. Procreator. Traxy. Okay, I can get around that. Traxy. Limitless. That's a great name. All right, now we need to do some magic. So what I'm gonna do is, just because I don't want to like design a logo, let's call it, where's my text gone? There we go. Track Z. There it is. All right, let's pick a font that's pretty bold, pretty out there. Bold italic. Boom. Maybe something bigger. Let's try this. Get in there. I can see it. Maybe it's got some sort of like decoration or something to it. Just trying to like do something like simple, you know. What if we use, what's another typeface we could do? I mean the user account. When do you manage the user account? Yeah, so the idea is that we could actually connect it to something like Fenty to manage memberships. And I think like even like an earlier MVP of that is just like sending someone to some sort of like Shopify backend where they can view all their carts and all their items, which can happen within Shopify already. So it doesn't need to be necessarily Framer functionality. Here we go. Boom. That's great. Okay, let's go ahead and let's actually shrink this down a little bit first. What do we think? Quick logo. I mean, it feels a little off, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I kind of like it. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's wrap this in its own frame, and we'll call this logo. I'm actually going to create this as a component because I'll probably use this later on, and I kind of want to keep this group together. Then we'll just create a variant here, which will be whites. There we go, cool. All right, let's set the distribute to space between. And now we probably need some padding. So let's add some padding on the rights and on the left-hand side as well. All right, let's preview that. Cool, pretty good. Obviously it doesn't do much yet, but we'll be able to make that happen later on. I'm thinking we could probably do something a little bit more with the navigation here. We could do some sort of like drop down or something. That could be pretty cool. Maybe what we do, let's create this nav bar. Let's actually wrap it in its own frame here, because what we're going to do is a little bit of trickery. So I've wrapped it in its own frame, and we'll call this nav bar holder. And we're going to call this nav bar default. And we'll create this as a component, and we'll just call it navbar. Because what I want to do, if I do that, it's going to like, the contrast is like so bright. If I change it to like dark mode, I need like a dark background. Okay. Let's call this default. And then essentially I just want to design some open states. So I'm going to choose this one, and we're going to make it shop open. I'm going to make it that when I hover on the shop here, it's actually going to add like a mega menu sort of drop down. So I'll draw a new frame in here, and I'll put it inside my shop, and we'll call it mega menu. Set layouts on. Why have we done that? Set that to the start. We'll set the height to be auto. Cool. Change the width. And let's change the height of this to be, whoa, that's a little bit too big. Let's go 250. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, maybe we keep this the same cream color, but let's add a little border at the top.
I don't need you to tell me.
Cool. And let's drop down that.
I know how good it is.
Okay, let me just preview that really quick. It's probably hard to see because of the color contrasting, but I can see it. It makes sense to me. Okay. Actually, let me make that super obvious. There you go. You can see that mega menu start to play. And then inside that mega menu, we could have some items, right? So maybe we make this just a little bit bigger for now. Let's make it like, let's just make it 300. Okay. Then in here, I could see, yeah, maybe some like images here. So this might be, what did we say we were selling? Did we say we were selling shoes for clothing? There we go. Okay, well, let's go to our plugins. And let's see, why can't I load Unsplash? There we go. Products. Shirt. Find something with some like neutral tones, something that kind of complements what we're building. Yeah, cool. Okay, let's add some text underneath. We'll make it into display. And let's call it shop all. That's cool. Yo, in Framer, how can I integrate a client to seller chat system? Elaborate further. I don't really understand what that means. Hey Florian. Florian asks, regarding the Superfields and Framer Forms product, is it a use per site and you have to pay each time, or can you use it on as many sites as you wish? For Framer Forms and Superfields, and basically most of our products apart from Frameship and Fenty, you can use it on any site, anytime. It's one license, we don't care. If you want to use it on client sites, that's okay too. It's actually best if your clients have their own license, just from a management point of view. And obviously it gives a little bit more support to them, especially if they like have an issue in future and they need to reach out to us. We can't really help them unless they've got a license. But you know, if you want to use it on multiple websites, you can absolutely do that. And that's more than fine too. Like those chatbots where you talk to a seller instead of a bot. Yeah, I'm with you now. A chatbot on a website where you actually, so we've got one, it's called Tidio, and we use that. You can integrate that into Framer. Basically any one of those services, you should be able to integrate into Framer. Usually what it is just like a little bit of code, like a little code snippet that goes in the head of your website, and then it just displays on every page, or you can make it page specific. But basically any tool that allows you to do that shouldn't be an issue. All right, we've got to make a decision. Are we going left lines? Probably. Let's turn layout on here. Let's add some padding. Now, if we set the height to be auto, cool. Let's update this image. Which one kind of works well? Let's try this again. So I think the plan with this is to actually give it away as like a free template. I'm just gonna put placeholder stuff in here, and then someone from my team can actually go through and like fix all the inconsistencies. But I'm sure it'll be fine. All right, let's add some more text. It's pretty big. It's 18. What does 18 look like? Yeah, I think that's a little bit nicer. Okay. And then we can have some like navigation links here, I'm thinking. So we can have like, you know, shirts. Actually, you could have like the brands, and then you could have like styles as like categories. What are some shoe brands? We've got like Reebok, we have Nike, Adidas, however you want to say it. You have New Balance, cool. And we'll have one more, which will be for styles. So you could have like casual. Man, I really need to, can you see that wobble? Wait, hold on. This is me shaking my desk. To be fair, I did get it off the side of a street, but anyway, don't worry about that. It's fine. It works. I had it for a couple of years. But I think my goal is to get like a standing desk. One of those like motorized ones that kind of go up and down. Okay, styles, casual, professional, party mode, professional is basically corporate. What's another style? I'm not really a fashion. Let's go sport, athletic. Okay. Let's wrap these in their own frame. And let's increase the gap. Let's go 50. And this would be categories. I guess you could always like add more if you wanted to. But anyway, let's list this. Let's put that at the start. Let's move that to space between. Grab these. I'm gonna wrap them together. Okay, sick, awesome. Now my concern with this is if I preview it, actually let's just change it. The bigger this gets, if you're on a massive desktop, these are going to be really far spread apart. So I think what we need to do is we're going to have to wrap all of these in their own container, and we will literally call this a container because that's what it's going to be. And we're going to set the distribute again to be space between, but the difference is we're going to set a max width, and we're going to set that max width to be, just so I can prove my point, I'm going to set it to 1200 pixels. So then when I preview this, this is 1200 pixels. If I make it any bigger, why isn't that working? What did I do? It should be fixed at 1200%. That's probably why I would say. Let's try that again. So it should stop at 1200 pixels. There we go. Okay, all right, we're making some magic. And then if I center that, it should be okay. So we'll set that mega menu to be centered. Cool, let's preview that. I can't, okay. Okay, sick. We're creating a little bit of responsiveness here, which is cool. I mean, like, I really do like it to the edge. I guess you could do it on the nav bar too, but look, I'm sure it's fine. Okay, so that's shop. Let's do one for collections, why not? We're literally just gonna like update the content. So let's add another card in here. Now these would be components too. I'm just not gonna worry about it right now. That seems like a thing that could take time. Yeah, of course there's not pixels. He's onto it. You're well aware. Man, we've got 40 people, 41 people in here. That's insane. You're pretty serious about frame it, hey? What a tool. Okay. What were we doing? We're doing collections. What sort of collections would you get? Like outfits? Could you do like outfits? And then you've got best of the week. And then we'll have like on sale. Okay, now we need some like images to kind of match that. Outfit. Fashion. That's pretty cool. Cool image. One more, which is going to be on sale. It's probably just going to be a t-shirt or something. There's some cool images on Unsplash. You got to rate it. Okay, cool. And then let's just get rid of that. Why not? All right, very nice. Now let's actually wire this up. So I want to make it that when I hover on shop, it's going to transition to shop over. So we'll make it mouse enter. And then we'll make it, I think if the mouse leaves the whole navbar component, then it goes back to the home. I think that's the logic. Okay, we'll do the same with the collections. interaction, new transition. On mouse enter, so when the mouse hovers on collection and it enters, it's going to open the collections one. And then if the mouse leaves this whole collection here, then it should go back to the default one. And it also means if I click on shop open or hover on shop open, it's going to go back to that other one. So let's try that. Collection, out, shop, collection, out. Something a little bit weird is happening at the end there. Let's figure that out. So let's set the default state, and then we want the height to be auto, that's right. So why is it playing up? Maybe I need to set the height auto here. Let's try that. Shop, boom, collection, boom, out. Oh man, there's still this like little jiggle effect. Why is that happening? I feel like it's got something to do with like the minimum sort of height, and it's just a little bit weird, but it's fine. And you could like animate these, so like as they come into view, you could like play an animation of sorts. Probably shouldn't worry about it now, to be honest. I feel like there's other things we can build. Hey Ryan, it's possible to test the tool for client without paying for a presentation and offer to a client to show an example? Because I know tool is for one project. With frame forms and superfields, because that was referring to your last question, so I presume that's what we're talking about. We don't have like a free trial. We're working on some stuff to like let you sample it a little bit more. We have tons of examples and like some like templates and stuff that you can kind of like showcase. That's kind of like the solution right now. Yeah, that's how I'd be pitching it if you have to present it to a client. But to be honest, I think our marketing site is like a great selling tool for you if you're selling it to clients. Okay. Regarding this, oh no, that's the question from before. So I'm just trying to like catch up. You can find many great tutorials for Framer at the official site and on Ryan channel. Fun fact, Framer Academy, which you're probably aware of, it was going to be called Framer University because I was the first like teacher on there, and like I actually did a project with Framer to kick off that Framer Academy. It's going to be called Framer University, and then there's Mandy on Framer University on Twitter. So I actually came up with the idea for the name Framer Academy, which I mean, like, to be honest, I don't know where else you would take it, so I'm not like going to take huge amount of credit for that. But you know, that's a little fun fact for the evening. Where is cursor? I don't know where the cursor is. Can you not see my cursor? Oh man, maybe you can't see my cursor. Hold on, we're gonna fix this. Why is it taking so long for us to pick this up? Okay, hold on, let's fix this. Oh man, why can't you see the cursor? All right, I'm gonna try something. Hold on, let's go back to here. Let's transition. All right, we're gonna fix this. We're going to add in a new display capture, maybe. Ooh, here we go. We're testing my magic. Show cursor. Oh, wait a minute. That's so weird. Okay, I think I can figure it out. I think because I was window capturing and not capturing my whole screen. But we can fix that. Let me get this right. How do you remove there? Okay, transition, boom. Can you see my cursor now? Okay, that's better. Okay. That's crazy, okay. You guys are probably like, what the heck is going on? That's a Shure MV7. It is indeed. I'm still trying to figure out like the cables and stuff and how it works. So we can get like super crisp audio. I mean, like, I don't think it's too bad. I can't hear myself speaking right now. I'm not gonna stuff around with that. I'm still trying to like get the ideal setup, but it's not too bad. Thanks. Anything codes are my weakness, but it's good to know it's a possibility. Yeah, I mean, like, with the code stuff, if it was like talking about the chatbot from before, like that stuff's just like copy and paste. You don't really have to do anything too difficult there, and they've got pretty good tutorials for most platforms. Again, we use Tidio. It's a little it's not as bad as like paying for Intercom if you're familiar, but there's definitely cheaper tools you can use. But as a team, Tidio works really well. Okay, designer Verto, welcome. I made a website using Framer. I found it really helpful, but I think it has more potential than I explored. I tried to learn, but didn't find much. Man, my comments, hold on. I tried to learn, but didn't find much over the internet rather than your videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. Got a course. It's on sale for Black Friday. If you want to check it out, there's a notification. It's, where is it? You can go to that link up the top here, that way. You go to insertframe.io/Black Friday and get yourself a course on special, up to 50% off. There we go. That's my one sell for the evening. That's the bounce spring effect I hear. I speak about friendship. Sorry, I speak about friendship. I'm still confused, Florent. If you can give me a more detailed explanation. When you refer to friendship and a chatbot, what does that mean? I'd love to know. I'd love to know more. Okay. Okay, this navigation is pretty cool. I like it. Obviously, we could like animate. Oh, how did I animate that? Did I animate that? Whoa. Okay. So that's just some Framer magic and trickery right there. Okay, let's actually work on a bit of a hero section for this page. I need to stay hydrated. Okay. Now, just checking like my batteries. Because I'm scared that my camera's going to go flat at some point. Let me check it. All right, we've dropped about 43%. We've got about 50 left, which is pretty good. I got some more batteries charging, but I don't know how fast they're charging. Let me check that too. I should have put batteries on sooner. Okay, we've built a nav bar and I've been talking way too much. Let's get back into it. Let's create this as a hero section. Set the width to be 100%. Set the heights to be, say, 600. And let's get rid of the gap. Okay, so what I'm thinking, this could be some sort of like carousel or something, but I think what I want to do, we're going to set the layout to be on. Let's set the width to be fill and the height to be fill. And then we're going to add one more in here and we'll get rid of that gap. Okay. I'm thinking I want these to be like images, or maybe an image and a color or something. I feel like there's a better image I could use. Something a little bit more, I don't know, something cool. Let's just go t-shirt. Something with a little bit more depth, maybe. It's a little bit flat for my liking. Like, it's a cool photo, don't get me wrong. Maybe we go like the actual marketing approach where we show people wearing the products. Probably need something on a similar sort of radar. That's a cool image. Let's try that. Cool, alright, I can get around that. And then what I'm gonna do, we're gonna do some trickery. So I'm gonna wrap these in their own stack. Is that layout to be on? I have no clue what happens. Well, I do. It's just... There we go. Okay, let's reduce the gap, get rid of this background color. Where's this background color? Here. Okay. There's gonna be a backdrop. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change this to be absolute. I'm gonna make sure that it's set to the center. And then we're just gonna lock it for now. And then what I'm gonna do is draw a new frame on top of this, right? And we're gonna set this to be our container. So we'll set the width to be, say, our 1100 pixels. And we wanna make sure this has a Z index on it higher than this backdrop. So we either have to drop it here, which I feel like is gonna go too far behind, or we set a Z index on this frame, which will be our container. Okay, and then in here, we can have some content for our title. And then this is basically our background image, which is built of different frames. So we can do something a little bit more flexible and we could animate it or do lots of different things. But then in here, we can do something else. Is overlays a better way for those drop downs? Yeah, it is, to be honest. You can use drop downs in lots of different ways, but I want a little bit more control in terms of like how that animation actually works. So that's why I'm using that in particular. But yes, overlays is the other way you can do it. Okay, let me go ahead and add some text here. So maybe we can use this font that we found before. Which I can't remember what it was. What was the font of the logo? Climate. It's probably a little bit too playful, I feel. But, you know, we could still make it bold. We could make it, like, metallic. Why not? Let's figure out some sizing. Do we want it bigger, smaller, over 2 lines? Kind of dig that. Kind of cool. The brand new's pretty close. New collection. Kind of like brand new collection. I like it. Looks cool to me. I wonder if we could like, I don't know, have something else. Maybe we have like, let's just copy paste this. How about available now? Pretty good, we're getting somewhere. I feel like this gap could be like even bigger, you know. Okay, let's add a call to action button. So let's draw a new frame in here. We will make this our button. let's just literally write the word button. And let's figure out what color we can use. I guess the green works, so it doesn't stand out heaps. Black. I'll go with green. Extra bold. Yeah, that works. Okay, so my hack with buttons is to put your text and then set everything to be auto, and then adjust the outer sizing with the padding. So if I say set it to 20 and then remove a little bit from the top and the bottom, it's a little bit too much. So then, right, if I change this to hello world, my name is Ryan, it is responsive and it will flex to whatever the size it needs to be. Let's just change it to shop now. Cool. Let's create this as a component and we'll call this button. And then let's make it so I can reuse this. So we'll set the fill as a variable. We'll set the text color as a variable, as well as the title. And we also need to set a link as well, so I can't forget that. Set variable, text color. Link, and make it a smooth transition. Cool. Okay, let's do some magic on this button. Set to absolute. Let's have 2 of these. All right, so we're gonna make this one go up. And we're gonna make this one go to the center. So when I preview this, I have a feeling this may not work. I mean, cool. But the reason I say it's not going to work is because if I change this to test, it's absolute, so it's going to overflow. That's annoying. I cannot be bothered fixing it, to be honest. Let's just keep it simple. We'll make it when we hover, we change the radius. A little less, 18. Probably a little extreme, to be honest. 6. Cool, works for me. All right. Let's see how chat is going. Man, I just saw a fly just flew past my face. This is Australia. Okay. Okay. As overlays, have you created any portfolio template? I feel like we might have a free one that I created like last year at some point, but no proper one. I'm gonna buy this plugin next month. It's worth it. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, let me know how it goes. The other thing is, if there's any like template creators in the chat, we're working on, we've actually got a template creator program, which you can join now. So hit me up on Twitter if you're keen on that. Hey man, I've been building Shopify sites for massive brands, 8-9 figures here in Australia. Have you done any corporate projects? What were some issues, if so? I haven't with this plugin yet because it's just released. We've got some good connections to some other sort of agencies that do a lot of like Shopify e-com sites. Do you have a Discord/community? We have a site community. We don't really publish it too much. Mac, I work for Simon Beards at Culture King. Oh yeah. Yeah, sick. You're not with, this is super random. You don't work for Rival, do you? Pretty sure Dane Walker does stuff for Culture Kings. anyway, yeah, send me an email. Keen to chat. My brother actually does a ton of like e-com stuff for some pretty large brands in Australia too. So happy to connect you. But yeah, send me an email, ryan@insertframe.io, or just Twitter's fine. And I'll invite you to our private Slack channel that we've got going too. We've had it for a while, and we've just like literally this week like revamped it a little bit with the launch of a plugin and a new course. Nah, but I'm mates with Dan Walker. Yeah, cool, man. Sick. There you go. Small world. It's crazy. Yeah, anyway, hit me up on Twitter and I'll add you to our private Slack community probably tomorrow. Not gonna lie. And that flies back. Okay, cool. Let's preview this. This is sick. I want to do like some sort of like cool component effect here. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try something. So I want to make it, this is set to fill, right? Let's unlock things. Okay, I'm going to make it that the width is going to go to 80%. That's a bit too much, 70%. And then on this way, it's going to be set to fill, and then this one's going to become 70%. You'll see what I'm doing in a minute. And we're going to make it that when I hover on this, it's going to go to here. And when I hover on this, it's going to go to here. And then I guess that works. Maybe. Enter, go there. Let me just preview this. Did this work? Yeah, I'm trying to like create this like effect. Maybe it's too strong, I don't know, but let's see. I don't know whether this will work. It's kind of getting stuck. And it's because of this in the way. I guarantee it. So if I set the width of this to be auto, is there an affiliate program with plugin? Yeah, there is actually. If you join our template creator program, which is like a free program, essentially it lets you, like we support you to create your templates. We'll help promote them. We can even consider putting them inside our plugin because we have a template section. So when you actually go and open the plugin, we have this section here called templates. Our plan is to basically build a marketplace around this. So if you create cool templates, like we want to promote them to the people who are using the plugin, which are, you know, potential customers for you. You keep 100% of the revenue of your template, same way that Framer does their marketplace. And the other thing too is you can get access to our affiliate program. So when someone actually purchases your template, they obviously buy Frameship as well. You can give them a cheeky discount, plus you get an extra commission on top, meaning you can join. Okay, I'll put my email in the chat. It's ryan@insertframe.io. Again, if you want to join the template creator program, to be honest, I'll probably regret this. Email is the better way of contacting me on a more consistent basis, just because like DMs are like crazy, man. Thanks, Miguel. All right. I think I fixed my issue now. Let's see. I mean, we're still always going to have this issue. Maybe it should go the other. Is it the other way? I'm hovering out. Hold on, I'm going to try something. Firstly, I think this is too intense. I think this is like way too much. So maybe we make it 60%. And then I need to like reverse it, I think. So we're gonna make it that when I hover on this, it's gonna go to variant 3. When I hover on this, it's gonna go to variant 2. And then that means on here, if I hover on this 3, I don't think this is gonna work how I wanted it to. I think this is gonna bug. All right. Yeah. Oh, man, so cool. We want some product items now. Set the height to be auto.
I'm sorry. I thought the show was over.
It started?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We go cream. Maybe we just set this as white. Okay, cool. Man, what music is playing right now? Bit funky. I've just got like lo-fi. I'm hoping that it's all good. There we go. Cool. All right, let's add a new section in here. Man, I don't know how this fly got in, but it's very attracted to all these lights in front of me. Okay, let's draw a new container. Let's set this to be 1100 pixels in width. And again, we'll call this container. And I kind of want to start showcasing some of my products. So we'll call this our product showcase. Cool, that looks good. We'll set the height to be auto. Again, we're just going to use placeholder data for now, and then we're going to sync it later on, which is probably going to be a part 2 stream, to be honest. I think I need to like make some progress on this because it's taking far longer than I thought it would, to be honest. We're already an hour in, and I thought I'd have like the homepage done, but to be honest, I think we spent a lot of time on the nav bar, but like it looks great, right? We've kind of got this cool sort of effects going on. Obviously it needs to be refined and whatever, but you know, pretty cool. Okay, let's add in some frames here. Let's make these fairly big, I think. Cool, looks good. We're going to do this. We probably want some text here that says Nike Shoe Ultra. Okay, cool. When do you actually start adding frameshift components? I'm rather interested in that phase. Oh, can you hear me? Do we have audio? Wait a minute. I think I dropped out for a bit. I think I'm back. Yeah, we'll add some frameshift components in a minute, and then we can start to wrap up. Just let me do this bit, and then we'll do some frameshift components. Just because, yeah, I'm wary of time, and I want to make sure we cover that. Auto. We probably want just like a price on this. Let's say it's, what do you pay for shoes? Here in Australia, it's like 110, but let's just go 99, 90. All right, that looks pretty good. We'll actually create this as a component, and we'll call this product item showcase. And then maybe it can have like a little tag, which is like, if it's on sale, you know, here's the sale price. It can be like 20% off. Let me know if I drop out again. I'm not too sure what happened, to be honest. I think what I'll do if I redo another stream, which let me know if you guys want more streams like this. It's yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth doing these once a week, once a month, never again. Yeah, you tell me if you want more content like this. And if you prefer the more casual sort of style, obviously I'm not breaking everything down, and we're being a little bit more chill with it, which to be honest, I'm preferring. But you know, a bit different to a YouTube tutorial. I'd certainly like more streams like this. Yeah, cool. I mean, like, they're pretty chill. They're pretty fun. I'm down for it. If it gives you guys value, that's the ultimate goal, right? To be useful, and it's a different way. It's a different way to learn Framer. I think such a big thing for us in 2025 is going to be like scaling our education products. And I really like the idea that, you know, it's not just courses or YouTube tutorials and this kind of pre-recorded content. It's just on demand. It's like people learn in so many different ways. So what I want us to do is start doing things like workshops, cohorts, all this different stuff, live streams, where we can actually teach Framer in lots of different ways. Because I also understand that nobody learns the exact same way. Okay. Let's get rid of this. What's going on? Layouts. Move it to the very top. Cool. Okay, let's try that. Just gonna let it overflow for the meantime. 15? Let's say this is shop delays. You're saying they're good to go back to see when you upload them as well. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the other idea, right? Plant more seeds, man. I feel like streaming webinars are the best way. Yeah, I mean, like, they're good. I think it allows me to go a little bit more in depth. And if I feel like there's something that we're missing, obviously I can talk a little bit more to that too. Definitely takes more energy to stream. Not gonna lie, there's definitely like times where I'm like totally up for it, like tonight, and then there's times where I'm like, really don't want to do this. But yeah, obviously when you go a little bit more into detail, they can be a little bit long, and I guess like you could always like take the stream and chop it up and put it into YouTube content as well, which could be good. Longer tutorials. Okay, we want this to be featured products. Shrink this down. Okay. Put this to like 30%. What if we make it bigger? I can see it, I can see it. Yeah, cool. Digging it. And then I reckon some like big chunky like arrow that says like view all or something would be cool. So I'm gonna grab another icon. And let's find an arrow to the right. Cool. I think this one was 30% opacity. We're gonna get that weird issue. That's fine. Alright, I got some more questions coming in. What tools do you recommend for SEO as not to degrade the ranking of client Shopify store? Do you know a very useful SEO tool or plugin to use with Frameship? We haven't explored that too much yet. What I will say just generally, because it will run through Framer, is Framer's pretty good at SEO as long as you kind of have good principles and practices that you kind of adopt. But that's a good one. I'm actually going to screenshot that and send it to the team. And I think we'll create some sort of like documentation around it. I know we have some stuff planned around like meta tags and metadata a little bit more, and just making sure we're covering off that sort of stuff. But that's a good note, and I'll make sure that we follow up and actually provide some content or some documentation around the actual best practices of that. Because really the idea with the plugin is to let you build Shopify sites in Framer without really any restrictions. So if we can do that from a SEO and all that's really important. So if we can figure out that would be awesome. Another question, can you share link remix please if you want to continue to build and make alternate version please? You mean to this? I'll make sure I share a remix link to this once it's done. And we'll share it as a free template, so you'll be able to like download it and you can do whatever you want with it. Hopefully start an e-commerce store, do some drop shipping or something, or actually sell your own product. I don't know. Okay, let's do some Frameship stuff. So what I need to do is just make sure that I'm not exposing anything too much. Oofed. Don't look at my notes. Okay. Let me log into my Frameship account without being hacked. I feel like that's a smart thing to do here. I actually think. Okay, I thought I forgot my own password, but I didn't, so it's all good. Okay, let me. Okay, we're all good. We can do this now. Let's transition back. Okay, I'm logged in. So what I need to do firstly is to connect my Shopify store. I have just like a test project that I set up. It's not accurate data with what we're building here in terms of clothing store. We actually use like snowboards and things like that as like test data, which is pretty cool. We actually want to create a couple of like different test stores that you can just like quickly use for yourself with different use cases. Just because I think like, especially if you're like creating templates or trying to create something from scratch like this and you don't really want to stuff around with Shopify for too long, pulling in that test data actually just like takes time to create those products and everything. So I think that's something we will be working on. Okay, so first things first, you want to go to your CMS, and we don't have any collection here. So I'm just going to create a blank one and we'll call this blog. Doesn't matter, we're not going to use this one. Then what we're going to do is we're going to open the Frameship plugin again, and we'll create a new collection, and I'll call it My Store. And now we'll be prompted to do a few different things. I'm going to connect my Shopify, and I'm going to paste in my store URL and my storefront API access token. Now, what I will say, when you go do this and get that set up for that storefront API access token, there's a couple of steps you have to follow. If you watch the Frameship tutorial, it'll run you through that. We are working on like a one-click integration. You sign into your Shopify account and you're done. We're just waiting for Shopify to approve us to be like a application developer, if that makes sense. But until then, you've got like an extra couple of steps in there. I'm not going to run through it because that's a Shopify thing. But again, the tutorial is pretty sweet and pretty easy to follow. So I don't think you'll have any problems as long as you kind of like follow it. Okay. Music is distracting. Is it too loud? What if I bring it down? How's that, T? Let me know if that's better. Okay, we're learning. Okay, so now all I need to do is click on sync products. It's gonna pull all my products from Frameship. Now, since I'm using the free tier, it's only gonna pull in 3 of my products. If I want all my products, I have to pay the one-time fee of $79. But since someone asked at the beginning, how far can I make it with the actual free tier? I just want to show this for you. Okay, so we've pulled in our collection here. Anytime I make an update to a product, I just need to click on sync. Any sort of like stock or things like that will automatically be pulled, so you don't need to worry about like syncing it every 10 minutes. All that stuff's going to be up to date. It's just the actual like content itself that needs to be updated. Let me know if that's better in terms of like the audio. I can turn the audio. How's that? It's still very quiet, but I think it's okay. Hero text parent containers hidden overflow. Is it chopping off? Nice spot. Very nice spot. Who said that? Video la. Very good. So I bought the pre-sale. How do I log in? So if you bought the pre-sale, you automatically get access to your licenses. What you need to do is sign up in the plugin. So actually sign up, not log in, with the email that you signed up with. That's all you need to do. And then you should get access. Okay, much better. Cool. All right, what about now? Is that better? Can you guys? No, I'm only joking. It's okay. Okay, so we have Frameship connected, and you can see it inside my CMS here. So now I can actually go ahead and add my components. Now, the first thing we need to do here, and you notice because it is synced to the CMS, it means we can use the same power of the Framer CMS inside a Framer to connect our Shopify data. So what I'm going to do is actually create a new page for my store, which is my collection, and we'll create a detail page. And you'll see it started to pull in like all my data from Shopify. So you can see I've got some examples here. But to be honest, I really don't want that for now. So let's just get rid of it. Okay, so let's get into that detail page in a minute. I want to go back to my actual project here because I have this section down here. And if I make this a collection list, I can actually connect and start to sync some of that data. So what I'll do is go to my collections and we'll drag in my store collection and you'll see we've got it in here. And then inside here, I'm going to drag and drop my component. So now we should get 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Let's figure out how to make this go the right way. Why isn't it going the right way? Here we go. Boom, cool. I think we had a gap of 15 before. Okay, cool. Now this is obviously a component. Now I can obviously detach this if I want, but do we need it as a component? Probably, because we're going to reuse it later on. What I can do is set up variables for all these. So make this the image. We'll set this to be the tag, I guess. And then we'll make it, if there is no tag, then we don't show this at all. So we'll set the visibility, set the tag is set to be visible, which means if there is no tag, it's not going to show. This is going to be the product name. Now, I'm going to preface, since I'm doing it in a component, this is like an extra step. I'll show you what it looks like if you don't do it in a component as well, because this is going to be a little bit more confusing. But in terms of like setting it up right, and in a scalable way, obviously you use components as much as you can. In sense. And this is going to be priced, but I actually need to make this the component for that to work. So what I can actually do is drag in our first component. So I'll go to my components here. and we'll drag and drop in the price one. Cool. So then in here, you see we've got the price and we've got the compare at price. Now, inside these components, the number one thing you need to do is just make sure you've got these fields set up right. So obviously style it however you want inside the component. But if you ever see it says Shopify data, you just want to make sure that that is set to the Shopify data that you want to set it to. So in this case, obviously it's not syncing to a collection, but if I detach this, which might just be easier, it will actually sync. So I could actually, it's going to be a little annoying. Hold on. I'm going to create this as a variable just to show you what's going on. So if I connect this to my Shopify data, now it's actually pulling in that data correctly. And then if I connect this to my product name, I noticed I should have went the other way first because this is using components is like a step more complex. But anyway, we're here now. I can't do much about it. Boom. And then say if we didn't have a tag, it would show nothing, but you know, it's okay. So we've got a category that'll work. Cool. And now if I edit this, and we're just going to make sure this is always capitalized. Transform. Uppercase. There we go. Looks pretty cool. I preview that. It goes here. I click into that, and then it will actually take me to that detail page. Okay, so we've started to connect our data. Let's do an easier way to explain this. So inside our CMS here with our collection, we obviously have a blank page. What I can do is actually go to Frameship. My favorite way to build with Frameship is to use the sections, mostly because the sections is like the collection of all the individual components you need. Obviously, just like the use case we did, where I just needed the price, I've got that here, but I typically just tend to use sections when I've been building with Frameship. So for example, we're going to build a product page. So I'm going to drag in my product page component, and you can see we've already got, you know, most of the functionality I want, and I can design this however I want. All of these are individual components or layers. So we can kind of do, again, whatever we want. So we'll just set the height of this to be auto and get rid of the padding. Cool. So now I just need to go through and just make sure all of this is actually synced with my Shopify data. So for example, the title here, we would set it, where's it gone here? We would set the content to be the title. We would set the product tag here to be the tag. So it's exactly the same as, say, using the CMS. It's basically how it works. You reference a field in the CMS. For price, we connect this to, say, Shopify data. Shopify data. And you can see it's just referencing, obviously it's got it right, but here we go. You can see it's referencing that price. Same with our variants here. We connect this to Shopify data. With the variants, it's a little bit different, and we want to set one for variant options. Obviously there is none, so it's not going to show anything. Do we have a version that is? No, we don't. All right, let me connect a license so we can actually show this a little bit better. Okay, let's resync our data. So we'll load in like all the 30 something items that we've got. I'm kind of late here, but wondering how it works with account authentication. Can we also link to this? And can clients access a user profile page as in Shopify to check order status? You can do it externally and like link people off since the actual checkout happens inside of Shopify. What we're working on, which I'm hoping is available relatively soon, is a integration with our tool Fenty, which is built for authentication inside of Framer. So I think the really great thing about our products is now they're starting to like integrate together, right? Even like Superfields, which is like our CMS power up, where you can do things like dynamic filtering or real-time search and add all these different components. You can use Frameship with these. So my hope is that in the next couple of months, you're going to see a world where you can not only build like front-end Shopify sites, but actually like build the user profiles for them as well, and those membership aspects. So people can like view orders and everything else. And that can all be done in Framer. So you get full control and full styling. I think that's really powerful, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, all these two need to be connected to Shopify data. The add to cart button. Obviously this takes a little bit of time to kind of like set up. That's why template's great, because it's already kind of connected. I believe the Framer team are trying to like fix this for us, so you don't have to manually do this and it'll like automatically pull that data. But again, that stuff is things we can't get around for now, and we're just waiting on the Framer team to push some updates. Did this sync the CMS? Yeah, okay. So now I've got 15 items inside from Shopify showing inside my Framer site. We can set all these to be set up. And there you can see it's working pretty well. Now, to test this, I can preview this. If I click on add to cart, nothing's gonna happen because I don't have a cart. If I click on buy now, it's actually gonna open. It did work, I promise. Let me do this. In a new tab, it's opened my Shopify here. So it does actually work, and it takes you to the checkout. We've got a password on our website. So, you can't actually buy this product because I feel like someone's going to pay us $700 and then, then we have to deal with that. But to make the add to cart button work, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is open the plugin again, and you can add the cart component. So we'll just add this onto our canvas. Here it is. And let's say just drag that to the top of our product page. Obviously, again, you can style this however. But if I open up this component here and unlink instance, you notice we have the ability to style all of this. And there's a tutorial in here too in terms of how to set that up. We obviously have a video tutorial as well. But like the fonts, the colors, the styling, like whatever you want. It's actually very powerful what you can do here. The only step here for setting up your cart is adding a collection offside of the canvas, and then going to your cart products list component here and setting the collection. So I'm going to set it to be my stores. And this basically means it can pull in the data correctly and it's syncing properly. So now I can preview this. I can say open my cart. My cart shows here. Again, I can style this however I want. Let's actually give an example of that. Let's keep it simple. Let's say I want to change my font here. We'll change it to insert display. And we want to make this button something different. Set it to our cream, or we can make it our green actually. Let's get rid of the radius. I'm not really using radiuses. We could change the icon color. Change the checkout button. So we just basically like anything. We basically have full styling control, which is awesome. Okay, great. Looks cool. Maybe we make this not round. Okay, so now if I go back here, press on my cart, obviously my cart opens, it's styled however I want it. But then if I press on add to cart, you can see it adds to my cart, and all this actually works like so. And then if I go to checkout, again, you probably can't see it, but it's opened up my Shopify on the back end here, and it opens up the checkout inside of Shopify. We do want to be able to make it so you can customize that proper checkout page. That's something we're looking into. We've got to check the actual capabilities of Framer and how that works. But it is something that's pretty cool. And then like obviously this doesn't look very good, and we spent more time on the other page. But you know, you can add your variants, you can add image galleries, product lists. There's a lot of like components to start here with and sections. The product page and cart is probably the most too important. Yeah, there's just heaps of components here that you can start to use. We're opening up the developer documentation for this too. So if you are like, you know, pretty nifty with like GPT or a developer yourself and want to like add on to our existing components, you'll be able to do that too in the future. Or, you know, if you just want to start with a template or build templates, this would be the place where all that stuff gets found, which is pretty cool. I mean, like, we had a ton of fun like building and like testing this. It really is a cool tool. Just like to think about, like, you can bring that functionality of like e-commerce into Framer is just like insane. Wonder what happens if we change the design. Is it too basic? Yeah, we lose the personality. It's probably a little too much. That's okay. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. I think this might be a good place to stop for the meantime. Yeah, obviously this took a little longer than we expected, but I mean, it's pretty cool. I can go in here. I can say, click into my, actually, let's add the cart component. So let's just go and copy this. I mean, this is a component already inside my project, so I could just like drag it in. But let's add it inside of my navbar. Cool. Hey, it's the same icon. That was honestly just luck. Let's change the styling of this. Let's remove the backgrounds. I think that's good. Fill. Here we go. I don't know where I was before. Green. Okay, cool. Obviously there's like a padding issue that I would need to sort, but anyway. So if I go back home, should be able to click on this. And yeah, it saves my items to my cart, which is cool. And if I want to say remove this, I can. That's all good. If I actually go into this page, let's do this properly. I clearly have no data for that. There we go. Let's add in our navbar. Let's make it that this syncs back to the home. All right, we've got basically an MVP here. So let's just try this. Is this going to show all my collections? All right, we might need to limit this. Let's go 10 and let's like reverse the order or something. Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, preview this. We're going to side here. Nothing in a cart. Boom, cool, whatever. Oh, I've got all my products. Awesome. I'm going to click into one. It's going to take me to that page. Let's say I want 2 of these snowboards. Great. I've got 50 in stock. All this data is being pulled from Shopify. I add that to my cart and it's in my cart. Maybe I want another one. Maybe I want to like take away a couple, whatever it is. And then I can check out and then that takes me to my Shopify checkout. And all of that was done inside of Framer, meaning you can build e-commerce websites with full design control with the flexibility of Framer, which actually blows my mind. It's actually pretty insane, to be honest. Okay, I think we need to wrap the stream up. There's still 25 people. This is awesome. So we peaked at 40 viewers. So I think if we do it again, we have to try to get more, right? I think my dog has put himself to bed. Okay, why are people retracting their messages? That's sus. I'm kind of late here. Oh no, I answered the authentication one. Hopefully that helped a little bit, Max. But then we would need to have frame ship. Come here, Potato. Come here. Good boy. I'm going to introduce you to my dog. Come here. Oh, man. Okay. This is Potato. He's a heavy potato. Oh, there you go. Say hello. I think he's scared. There you go. Good boy. Okay, let's wrap up. Yeah, hopefully that helps, Max. I'm really interested in building templates for Frameship. So yeah, if you do want to join our template creator program and create some templates for Frameship, obviously, you know, e-commerce is like such a great category for Framer at the moment because it's very, very highly requested and not a lot of people are creating templates on it. So like good opportunity. And obviously if you create it with Frameship, we'll give you an extra kickback on the affiliate program that we have going as well. Yeah, that answers the question about templates. So if you do want to be involved, hit me up on Twitter or send me an email, ryan@insertframe.io. It'd be nice to know more about it. Maybe there are some educational videos. I've filmed videos on it, but they're private to people who have signed up. I've put out just a couple of tweets on it. I will have a landing page on it soon, and then there'll be something inside the plugin. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I want to make that very accessible and more open. Right now, it's basically invite only. But yeah, just reach out to me. Is the license for unlimited personal client sites? Again, the license is once per site, but you can create your template or projects for free. And then when you're actually ready to enable the Stripe, the checkout of Shopify, that is really when you need to pay. Okay. Hey Sergi, hey Ryan, could you show how you're implementing or connecting to Shopify, the product tag? Okay, so maybe you missed it. I won't run through it all again. Essentially, you need to open the CMS. You need to go to plugins, open the Frameship plugin, create a new collection, and then just follow the steps here to sync your Shopify. And then there's a video here that you can follow as well. There's some easy to follow tutorials. And then basically your Shopify store is directly connected into Framer, and you can sync and update that at any time. And that's all you need to do. And then you can have that full control and add all the components. Can you add an added successfully interaction to add to cart button? There was a lot of ads. Can you add an added successfully? Okay, so when you add a cart, it says this item has been added to the cart. That's a good idea. I think by default, it opens the cart anyway when you add it. I think we'll add more controls around that anyway. But yeah, it's not a bad idea, like a toast, sort of like a toast notification that appears. Any gossip if Framer create their own e-commerce support? No, I haven't heard anything. I think realistically, they might do at some point, but I think it's like at least a couple of years off, if not more. I feel like a project like that to like fully do it, like Webflow does, would take a lot of bandwidth. And I know that Frame is very focused on, trying to deliver the best possible product for mostly marketing sites right now. So I think that's where their focus is going to be. Can I add affiliate link inside my template for Frameship? Yep, we have like a special component that you can kind of add inside your template for that stuff. So don't have to worry about that. We kind of have that whole system figured out, if that makes sense. And we have like really easy to follow documentation for the template stuff. I just purchased. Know where that audio is from the Shaw Mag. Is it bad? Is it bad, Tom? Because I feel like I feel like something's wrong with it. And I don't know if it's the XLR or this, or there's something not perfect with the audio. And I got to figure it out. I sent you a DM on X. I'm currently waiting for your email. I can test Frameship until the checkout's set up for free. Yes, absolutely. You can test the cards. You can test all that. It's just when you actually go to checkout, it locks itself, basically, which is part of the paywall. I feel like what I need to do, how do I add? I want to like add my toast notification back. Image. Here we go. Boom. Boom. There you go. Black Friday. So what's the second intermain category after e-commerce? I mean, like, I'm pretty sure there's some data somewhere floating around on the internet. I think e-commerce definitely feels like the number one in terms of like templates. If you're going after templates specifically, that's probably number one. I think membership sites are interesting. I don't know how much in terms of like demand there is. Obviously, it's a bit more of a niche category, so you can obviously charge more, and you know you can stand out a bit more. I think the easier question to answer is what's oversaturated. And I think that's like agency, portfolio websites, that sort of stuff. What do you think, like the best selling point of Framer times Frameship over a native Shopify template? I think the answer's in the question, which is it's Framer. Like you can build no code, like you're designing in Figma with drag and drop, and you get the whole flexibility of Framer. That's like how we see it anyway. We're like, okay, the powerhouse for the tools that we're building, at the core of it, it's Framer and what that actually unlocks you to do compared to like traditional code. You could go build an e-commerce website with Webflow and not even use Shopify, or I'm sure there's Shopify plugins for Webflow and that's possible. But I think there's a big reason why people are building in Framer, and that's because of the creative flexibility that Framer gives to specifically designers and marketing people who don't need to write code. Obviously, it's quicker to build as well. So I think like if you look at it from that perspective, and that's how we see it too, it's like let's figure out all the things that people want to do with Framer, and let's allow them to do that, because Framer as a canvas and a tool to build is really powerful. So we want to build the functionality around that. Nandy, I think it was Nandy's that created some trends and wanted to share that. How do I convince Shopify brand owners to migrate to Framer? What's the upside? Again, I think the ability that like they can jump in there and edit themselves. It's quicker, it's easier. I think like if you're selling to those sort of people, like run it from like a marketing perspective and go, hey, you don't need a developer anymore. That's pretty powerful. Developers are expensive. Hey, I'm the designer. I can do this whole thing from end to end. That's pretty crazy. Like I know I work with an agency here in Melbourne pretty closely, and they've started to do some like e-commerce websites, the smaller stuffs, but they've been kind of holding out for this plugin too, because essentially they don't have developers on their team and they want to offer this as a product within their digital agency. So it kind of unlocks this new use case. Can you create tutorial videos about video frame superfields? We do. We have some on the channel already. To be honest, they probably need a bit of a refresh, but there's some up on my YouTube, and then if you Google insert frame on YouTube too, that's where we have all our tutorials. So to be honest, all the updated ones and documentation for that, there's videos for on the insert frame YouTube channel. What do you think of the like stream overlay I've got going too? I tried to do it like fancy and stuff, and like tried to like designer it, if that makes sense. But yeah, I reckon we'll wrap up in a minute, guys. Can I try all those products before buying? Again, unfortunately not. Really the only ones you can properly test is Thenty and Frameship. And the reason for that is because they've got different functionality. Where compared to like Frame Perform, Superfields, and Video Frame, it's basically like the component itself is the key to the functionality. So it's hard to kind of like package that up and give it away for free, or like in some sort of like free tier. So that's why we make it a lifetime access. You pay once, you get it forever. We're really good on our documentation and support. Yeah, native Shopify templates go for a huge amount of money. It's ridiculous. Compare that to like Framer templates, right? So I can actually see it. I can see in 12 months time where, people are spending $400 or $500 on frame ship templates on the Framer marketplace. It makes total sense to me. We support other currencies to display. Yes, already working on it. Should be out very, very soon. It's been a very high ticket thing. There's a lot of stuff like that we're getting feedback on. And we're shipping really quickly as well. We're shipping new things every day to it. So there's always different improvements or little things that we find. And that's just kind of the nature of building and releasing a new product. So yeah, all that stuff is definitely coming, probably sooner than you think. That's what I'd say. Cool, let's check out some stream analytics. Concurrent 21, that's awesome. That's great. We've had 300 people join this over the past, almost 2 hours, which has been good. We peaked at 41, I think. Yeah, 41 is our peak, and now we're slowly dying off, but that's okay. What other great plugins are you working on soon? Ooh, you'll have to wait. We have 2 that should come out before the end of the year. One of them is an existing product, which we're turning into plugin format, and one's another brand new one. And this one's different. This is actually completely different. It's nothing like we've built before, but I'm very excited for it. I don't want to leak anything. I'm gonna hype it up, but I'm not gonna say anything specific. It's gonna be really, really great, and it's gonna do something different in Framer than what you expect. It's gonna be a completely different use case, but I'm really excited for it. Yes, I've seen the pricing on Shopify itself, but the pricing in the Framer marketplace is a bit different. Yeah, different use case, right? I think if you look at how Shopify positioned and the functionality within that website, within a Shopify store compared to a marketing site, it's different. I think just over time, those prices are going to go up. Is there a way to upsell templates in your plugin? Yes. Again, template creator program. We're going to essentially build our own marketplace there. So if you want to jump in and get your... I think the really cool thing that we're doing here is you can have your template featured inside a Framer plugin. I think that's cool that's an easy thing. And at some point, I'm sure we'll have our own checkout system or whatever, but it'll kind of just be integrated with your lemon squeezy or whatever you use for checkout at the moment. But I think that's cool that you can get your template featured inside a plugin. How detailed is the plugin creation module in Framer Career Accelerator? So we have 3 lessons. Those lessons are pretty beefy. We have an introduction to Framer plugins and what it is and how it works. I share my top 5 examples of plugins, not showing you how they work, but why I think they work and why I think they're a good place in the marketplace. And I talk very strategically about what I would do if I was each one of these plugins and how I would actually, make a ton of money from them. And then lastly, our developer, Tom, actually takes you through the process, and no one's done this on the internet, to my knowledge anyway, takes you through the entire process of building and deploying your first plugin. It's condensed on purpose, but it gives you the real fundamentals of how to actually set up and build your plugin. So that's awesome. I love that module. Especially it's very technical. It's you have to know how to code, but even as someone who doesn't know how to code, I got it. Okay, I think I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for joining me over this past, we're so close to 2 hours. That's crazy. How long? We're going to hour 56. That's awesome. we'll wrap it up there. Thank you so much for joining. It's been great to hang out with you all. It's been great to see these numbers as well. Let me know if you want me to do more of these. Send me a message on Twitter if you do and what you want me to do next time. I think the next step's to kind of finish this template. But yeah, it was fun hanging out with you guys. Pretty chill. I like the format. I just need to know if it's worth a while doing more of these, essentially. And like how regular you want stuff like this. I'm not too sure, but yeah. Until next time, I'll catch you later. I don't have a thanks for watching soon screen, so I'm just going to put the starting soon screen up. All right, love you all.